This is the cerebellum, and this is not supposed to be like that. See how it's all fragmented, like that? It's supposed to be more rounded, if you will, and it's lost its integrity there. Now, sheep brain is slightly different than a human brain. Well, obviously, it's smaller, right? Sheep aren't very smart, as far as I know. But also the orientation of it. It's in the case of a human, the cerebellum would be, if you could take it and move it this way, like this, and of course the spinal cord would be going this way, right? So this is very different. This is smaller in size, less developed. Cerebellum is more posterior than inferior, and the spinal cord is going this way. So we'd have to actually change it this way. But other than that, there are a lot of similarities between this and a human brain. Now, generally speaking, there are some. We note that these are the cerebral hemispheres. You have a left and a right, and we have the frontal lobe. Just as in the, if you know the bones already, think of where the bones are. Frontal, right? Parietal, temporal, and then towards the posterior part, not this, that's the cerebellum, would be occipital. Okay? So frontal, parietals, temporals, and then occipital, posterior part. And of course, again, we have the cerebellum here, and then the spinal cord. So this has been cleaved with the spinal cord. Now there are these other structures here too. We have these sort of fatty deposits with some muscle. The fatty is the white, and the skeletal muscle is the more, I guess, tannish color. Those are the muscles that are associated with the movement of the eyes. And actually, this is where the eyes would be. And the eyes have been cleaved out. But what we can see are the optic nerves here, here, and here. So this would be the right eye where it would be in the left eye. And then that information is transferred to the brain through the optic nerves. Here and here. What's interesting about these optic nerves is that they cross at the optic chiasm, and that means that information from the right eye not only goes to the right side as well as the left side, and same thing with the left. These are olfactory bulbs, by the way, allowing you to smell. So those are two cranial nerves already, optic nerves and olfactory. Let's go back to this. We went over the general areas of the brain there, and the cerebellum, the spinal cord, but then we have these gyri. Here's a gyrus. Remember I talked about the labyrinth pattern? Kind of looks like a labyrinth there, right? Anyone ever see brain coral? It's actually quite similar to this if you're a scuba diver. So that's the gyrus, and then a sulcus is the area between those. Okay. So we did frontal lobe, parietal lobe. So frontal lobe, it says primary motor area. You're going to initiate movement of a muscle. You're going to contract that under voluntary control. That thought process starts here. Then you have the parietal lobes. That's helping you to interpret the sensory information coming in. Not all sensory information. For example, again, sensory information coming in that when you see me, that's being processed in the occipital lobe of the brain. Temporal for hearing. You can hear me because there's an area within the temporal lobe allowing you to process that. The cerebral hemispheres, that's on your list. That's what these are. The cerebral hemispheres are the left and the right cerebral hemisphere. So this is the anterior, right? Posterior, left and right. So left and right cerebral hemispheres. Gyri, that's plural, so it's gyrus is singular. What is that again? That's what these are. There's one there, there's another one there, another one. And then, now what you'll see here, if, I'm just curious, can you turn the page less and see what else, I just want to see what else it shows you here. And this is a pretty good diagram on page 293. And can you go that way some more? Just see what else we have. Keep going. All right. And let's see here. So here they show, in this one, which is of a human brain, they show a sulcus, which is a division area between a gyrus here and a gyrus here. And can you go a little bit further and see if they have any other helpful stuff for us here? Here again they show the central sulcus divided into frontal and the parietal. Okay. And let's go one more. Is there any other diagrams? Okay, so let's go all the way back again, sorry. Okay. And go one more back. There we go. So here. So they're looking at it from this standpoint. Okay. Now, what they're going to do on here, and if you turn this page for a minute to the second page, it's going to list, okay, here we have like the brainstem, the pons, and the medulla oblongata. Here's the spinal cord. Information comes in the spinal cord, which is here. Then you're going to see these little bump here and a bump here. There's a bump here and a bump here. So this first one is the medulla oblongata here. And then after that, you're going to have the pons here. Now that's pretty critical because superficial to those, you'll see these little tiny nerves, which we can't see yet because of the meninges. So we're going to have to be very careful in moving the meninges away so we don't cut those off. So spinal cord, medulla oblongata, pons, and then there's this other thing here. That's what we used to consider the master gland of the body. That's the pituitary gland. So production of growth hormone, releasing of antidiuretic hormone, releasing of oxytocin, and so on. Oxytocin helping out in childbirth contractions of the uterus. By the way, antidiuretic hormone and oxytocin are actually produced in the nervous system, but are shuttled to the posterior part of the pituitary gland. Now you're only going to find it here, but then we're going to cut that and it's going to be removed. So in the future, when you want to find the pituitary gland, it's going to be connected to your meninges. Alright, so then what we need to do is I need to have a pair of scissors and just begin to cut a little bit. And I guess I would probably start superior or laterally. You have to just kind of cut in. It's more durable than you think it would be. Just cut through the arachnoid there.